Hello everyone. Welcome to Law Simple and Pure. I'm your host Dr. Vaishali, and in today's lecture we are going to learn all the 5 types of special contracts. In India, law relating to contract is provided in Indian Contract Act 1872. This law provides for general principles relating to each and every contract plus some special contracts. General Contract Section 1 to Section 75 provides about how a contract is made, how offer and acceptance is made or revoked, what is the capacity to enter into contract, and some general rules. Apart from that, some special types of contracts or some special cases are also covered under Indian Contract Act. Special contracts are contained in Section 124 to Section 238 of the Indian Contract Act. These special contracts which are provided under Indian Contract Act includes contract of indemnity and guarantee, contract of bailment and pledge, and contract of agency. For sale of goods, there is a different act called Sale of Goods Act 1930, and for law relating to partnership, there is again a different act called Indian Partnership Act 1932. First type of contract is contract of indemnity. Now listen carefully. I will read the definition and I will explain. So keep your eyes on the slide. Section 124 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 defines indemnity as a contract by which one party promises to save the other from loss caused to him by the conduct of the promisor himself or by the conduct of any other person. It's called contract of indemnity. So in contract of indemnity, there are two parties, right? A party who promises to indemnify other, right? And the other party. So in contract of indemnity, there are two parties. Example, A contracts to indemnify B against the consequence of any proceedings which C may take against B in respect of a certain sum of money. So here there is a contract between A and B, and A promises B that you enter into this business, and if C initiates any proceedings against you, I will indemnify you. It means I will protect you in this transaction. So contract of indemnity, there are two parties and one contract between them. So these parties are called the promisor or indemnifier. Okay, a party who promises other party is called promisor or indemnifier, and the second party is called the promisee or the indemnified or indemnity holder. So what is contract of indemnity? It is a contract between two parties by which one party promises to save the other from loss caused to him by the conduct of the promisor himself or by the conduct of any other person. It's called a contract of indemnity. Now let us learn contract of guarantee. Section 126 of the Indian Contract Act provides for the definition of contract of guarantee. Contract of guarantee means a contract to perform the promise made or discharge the liabilities of the third person in case of his failure to discharge such liabilities. Means one person gives guarantee of the behavior of the other person, that in case he fails to do something, I will do it. He gives guarantee to whom? To the third party, right? So there are three parties involved. And there are three parties, second line, three parties and three contracts are there in case of guarantee. So in case of indemnity, there are only two parties and one contract between them. But in case of guarantee, there are three contracts and three parties. Party number one is surety. Surety is a person giving a guarantee in a contract of guarantee. A person who takes responsibility to pay a sum of money, perform any duty for another person in case that person fails to perform such work, it's called surety. Okay, so person who gives guarantee, okay, जो guarantee देता है, that person is called surety. Second is principal debtor. A principal debtor is a person for whom the guarantee is given in a contract of guarantee. And then third party is creditor. Creditor is a person to whom the guarantee is given is known as the creditor. Simple example, bank guarantee. Example, Mr. Harry takes a loan from a bank for which Mr. Joseph has given the guarantee that if Harry default in the payment of the said amount, he will discharge the liability. Here Joseph plays the role of surety, right? Who gave guarantee here? Joseph. So he is the surety. Harry is the principal debtor and bank is the creditor, right? So there are three parties in a contract of guarantee. Students, I'm going to explain each and every special contract in separate lectures again, because I know full questions will be asked on them. But today's lecture is about all the 5 types of contracts in short, so that you can get a clear idea about it. And just before the exam, for revision, you can refer this lecture, or just for the sake of understanding, again you can refer this lecture. Contract of bailment. Section 148 of the Indian Contract Act defines contract of bailment. Let us go through the definition. Bailment is the delivery of goods by one person to another for some purpose upon a contract, that the goods shall, when the purpose is accomplished, be returned or otherwise disposed of according to the direction of the person delivering them. Okay, the person delivering the goods is called the bailer, and the person to whom they are delivered is called bailee. Simple example, your neighbor is going out of a station. He comes to you and gives his dog to you and asks you to take care of the dog. In this case, once your neighbor is back, you are supposed to give that dog back to your neighbor. So in this case, a person who gives dog to you is called a bailer, and you are taking care of the dog and you are called as a bailee. So what is bailment? Delivery of goods by one person to another. Okay, so delivery of dog by your neighbor to you for some purpose. यहाँ पे purpose क्या है? He is going out of the city. So what is a contract here? That goods shall, once the purpose is accomplished, be returned or otherwise disposed of according to the directions of the person delivering them. So this is called as a contract of bailment. For example, you take books from your friend. Okay, you borrow some books to read from your friend. Over here, your friend is bailer who is giving books to you, and you are bailee. Once you are done with reading those books, you are supposed to return back those goods to your friend, and this is called as a contract of bailment. Next type of contract is contract of pledge. Contract of pledge is the next stage of bailment. It is very easy to understand. First, I will define it. It is defined by section 172 of the Indian Contract Act. The bailment of goods as a security for payment of debt or performance of a promise is called pledge. Okay, so over here bailment only happens, but why? As a security for payment of debt or performance of a promise, it's called pledge. Over here, person who is bailer, okay, or who gives the security is called pawner, and the bailee, or to whom the security is given, is called pawnee. Pledge is nothing but a different type of bailment. For example, A gives his car to B for use for a week is called bailment. Okay, suppose A goes to B and tells him that use my car for a week because you are my friend. This is bailment. What is pledge? A pledge, the example, A pledges his gold to the bank to get a gold loan. In this case, the possession of gold transfers from A to B to bank to avail a loan is pledge. Okay, so simple example I will give you. Your friend gives you books to read and you return those books back to your friend is bailment. Second case, your friend gives you books to read as a security because you paid him 500 rupees. Once he returns your 500 rupees, you will give those books back to him, which are kept as a security with you. Okay, and this is called as a pledge. Contract of agency. Agency, according to section 182 of the Indian Contract Act, agent is a person employed to do any act for another or to represent another in dealing with third person. The person from whom such act is done or who is so represented is called the principal. Agent is a connecting link between principal and third party. Example, master and servant. If master pays certain money to servant and tells him to get some goods out from a store, in this case servant is acting as an agent of a master, right? A partner who is acting for a firm is called as an agent of that partnership firm. So now you know what is contract of agency. Next contract is contract of partnership. Contract of partnership is provided in Indian Partnership Act 1932 and Section 4 of the Act provides for the definition. Partnership is the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profit of a business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So what are the essential requirements of partnership? 1. There must exist an agreement between the parties, right? So for any contract you need an agreement. So agreement between the partners is condition number 1. Second, the motive is to earn the profit and share between partners, right? Why people start partnership? To do some business, to earn some profit, right? And to share it between partners. So that is the second condition. Condition number 3, the agreement must be to carry out the business jointly or by any one of them acting on the behalf of all. For example, 4 friends are coming together and they want to start a coaching class. One person says that we will make a partnership. I will give my hall to use for classes. Second person says that I will give all the money which is necessary to carry on the classes. Third person partner says that I will take the responsibility of cleaning job. And fourth partner says that I will teach in those class. Over here, this is a valid partnership. Example, A and B buy 100 tons of oil which they agree to sell for their joint account. This forms a partnership and A and B are considered as partners. Next type of contract is contract of sale of goods, which is provided in Sale of Goods Act 1930. Section 4 of the Act provides for sale and agreement to sale. A contract of sale of goods is a contract whereby the seller transfers or agrees to transfer the property in goods to the buyer for a price. There may be a contract of sale between one part owner and another. Contract of sale may be absolute or conditional. Number 3, where under a contract of sale, the property in the goods is transferred from the seller to the buyer, the contract is called a sale. But where the transfer of the property in goods is to take place at a future time or subject to some condition thereafter to be fulfilled, the contract is called as an agreement to sale. For example, A tells B. A is a coconut merchant. He tells B that I will provide you 100 coconuts which are there in my godown. So this is actual sale. But if he tells B that I will take out 100 coconuts from the coconut trees by next Monday and then I will transfer them to you, it is conditional. He has to take them out of the trees and then he can provide it. Last point number 4, an agreement to sale becomes a sale when the time elapses or the conditions are fulfilled subject to which the property in goods is to be transferred. So when one coconut merchant tells another that I will provide you 100 coconuts which are in my godown right now, this is called as a sale. But when he tells that I will provide you 100 coconuts in the next week once they are taken away from the trees, this is agreement to sell. When next week comes and coconuts are actually taken from the tree and given to the other person, it becomes actual sale. So that's it about all the special contracts. Now you know the definitions. For more information, stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe today for accurate and authentic knowledge of law. Goodbye and good luck.